All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Saturday evening, and it's time to take a look at the Nodus Avalon. I want to thank Nodus Watches, thank Wes over there. He reached out to me and wanted to get this watch on the channel, so I really thank him for this opportunity. So this is the new Avalon from Nodus, and this is the Clover green model, as you can see with that green dial. They do offer this in a black and a blue dial also. So this is the first watch from Nodus Watches that has a 300 meter, what they consider a professional, or what would be considered a professional diving watch at 300 meters water resistance rating. So very beautiful watch. Now this is a cushion case style diver, very reminiscent of some of your older turtles, but it really is more than that because they've added some really beautiful cuts to the case that are reminiscent of a lot of classic dive watches. So getting into the information on this watch, you're looking at a 43.5 millimeter case from side to side, 48 from lug tip to lug tip, so it's going to wear very well with that short lug length there from end to end. You've got 12.9 millimeters of thickness on this watch, so not too bad. Now it does have a sapphire crystal on this watch with a very slight dome to it, and so that's going to add a slight amount to the thickness. And the bezel is 42 millimeters from side to side on this watch. Also employs a 20 millimeter lug opening on this beautiful H-link bracelet that they're doing here. So applied indices on this watch, kind of stick style indices. I'd kind of call these almost paddle style hands on this watch, slightly with a flare out to a little tip, a little point there. Love the orange accent there on the second hand. Kind of reminds me a little bit of some of these sumo hands from Seiko on their watches. So taking a quick look down there above 6 o'clock, it's hard to see a little bit in my lighting here, but you guys can see the Avalon there and the 300 meters. Just below 12 o'clock, you have an applied Nodus logo and the very clean writing Nodus there on the dial. So very nice looking. The index ring or the chapter ring around the outside for your minute track is cut in for these stick style indices around the watch. Try to capture that. You can see these cutouts here. It's very nicely done. One of the other things I really appreciate is that, as you can see, this second hand reaches all the way out to the minute track there. So it's always a nice touch. You have a 120 click bezel on this watch, and every Nodus watch that I've looked at on the channel has a very nicely done bezel. I mean, it's very locks in, very strong, lines up perfectly, very clean bezel. I really appreciate these new stainless steel bezels that a lot of people are going to. I think there's just something clean and nice looking about it. So this is using a C3 Super-LumiNova, I'm pretty sure, on this watch. So it's really bright lume. We'll get the lume shot and the wrist shot towards the end of the video. The movement in this watch is the Miyota 90, I think it's the 9039, yeah. So, and that's just basically a no date version of the 9015. So it's a high beat movement, 36,600 vibrations per hour. You've got, I think it's 24 joules in this movement. The only difference really between this and the 9015 is the fact that this is the no date version. So, but a very nice watch and very well done from Nodus. You have the 4 o'clock crown, as you can see, and they do, I think they do, come on, get this thing to focus here. And it is a signed crown with the Nodus logo. Also taking a look at the side, you can see the notch cuts in the bezel, also this nice fine knurling. Makes it very easy to manipulate the bezel on this watch. Look at the undercut on the case here. It's brushed on the undercut, then you've got this polished bevel along the edge of the watch and then brushed on top. Very nicely fitted to this H-link bracelet that they've designed here. It's super comfortable. Take a look here, your standard stainless steel machine bars. Very nicely done though, good finish on it. And take a look at this case back here, guys. I like this. So you got the Nodus, the Avalon, and these are designed and assembled in Los Angeles, and I want to get into that for you guys here in just a second. So if you're not aware of it, if you've not watched any other videos or my other videos on the Nodus watches, these watches are all hand-assembled in Los Angeles, California, and every model they make is 4-position regulated in the factory, regardless of the movement that comes in the watch, whether it be an NH35 or this Miyota 9039. So That is a very, very special thing. Now, I'm going to set the watch down really quick here because I want to show you what you're going to get when you pick up one of these watches. Now, you get a travel case here, which is a really neat feature. And always, I find this to be very handy when you get a watch with this nice canvas carry case. So you can carry 2 watches or say your watch and some extra straps. You're also going to get your regulation card. That's going to show you how this watch was regulated and what it ran. So crown up, you can see it's running flat 0. And crown down and dial up, it's running -3 and +3 respectively. And you get your information here. Of course, this is a demo watch, so it's out on tour to a bunch of different people out there. So Instagrams and everything else. So, and this is the clean, simple box it comes in. And you also get a cleaning cloth with the Nodus logo there for your watch. So let's go ahead and pause this and get this watch on the wrist to check it out, and then we'll definitely go out with that traditional lume shot that we always have here on the OFD channel. All right, guys, give me a second. All right, so every watch that I've received from Nodus Watch Company, whether it be a personal watch that I purchased or a watch that was sent out to me by the company to review here on the channel, has been just top-notch quality, and this watch is no exception. It wears absolutely spectacular on the wrist because what you have here, guys, is complete watch lovers building these watches, and that's why they're so well done. The cut of the case, everything just fits perfectly on the wrist. It's a very comfortable strap. I don't have it sized perfectly for myself. I could probably adjust those micro adjusters and get it to fit perfectly, but it wears so well. So we're going to go ahead and dim the lights here as we usually do and go out with the traditional lume shot. But guys, I got to tell you, this is one of the more comfortable watches I've worn lately on the channel from a micro brand. I did want to mention, I'm going to leave the link information for these watches down below. They are $625 at the website right now. A little bit pricey, but for the high beat movement you're getting in this watch and the care that goes into the watches, hand assembly in California, if you have a problem, you can send the watch right back there and they work on them there, but I really doubt you're going to have a problem. And that the watches are all 4-position regulated, I mean, forget about it. That's just an amazing thing. So let's pause it and go out with that lume shot, guys. All right, guys, so this has just spectacular lume. Every watch that I've looked at from Nodus has really good lume, and this is no exception. Lasts all night long. I mean, look at that. That's like blazing torch-like lume. So looking good. This is the Avalon, the Clover Green model from Nodus watches. I'll leave a link down below where you guys can chase one of these down. Absolutely spectacular. Very well done to the guys over there at Nodus Watches. Thanks for sending this out. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned, guys. More good videos in the future. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you have not subscribed to the the OFD channel, punch that little picture of my face right down there and definitely subscribe. All right, thanks, guys.